Welcome back. We are in the middle of the Texas high school football season. Not only are we in the middle, but we got a lot of freaking videos, scores, highlights, analysts. We got everything you need right here. But first, let's bring in our other guy right here, James Bellini. How are you doing today?
I'm doing good, Matt. How are you? We got a central update.
I know. We got a lot of stuff going on. Let's go ahead and get our main man that we've been waiting on the whole time. It's Ryan Chadwick, and he's at the Central Bobcat game. Ryan, how are you doing?
How's it going, Matt?
Hey,
doing pretty good out here, man.
What are the Bobcats looking like tonight, baby?
Hey, their offense is looking great. Their defense is looking great. I'm hoping for an easy win in a short game tonight, Matt.
All right. So first of all, we just got it started. So tell the people, what is the score out there at San Angelo Stadium?
Score is actually still pretty close right now. It's 28-20. But let's just put it this way: Bobcats have not seen their punter tonight, so the offense is fighting on all cylinders right now. Defense has come up with 2 different turnovers, including a defensive touchdown. Bobcats need to just put these guys away, and we can call it a night. I think I hear Bellini ask me a question, and I can't hear him, Matt.
He's asking about what is the defense doing? Like what? I mean, this is 28-20. You're acting like the offense is all the way up, but what's up with this defense? What's going on the other side?
So the defense is actually playing pretty well right now. They need to watch the ball on the defensive line because there's been 6 different occasions tonight where Mottwood's gotten a free play because they jump off sides, and that's led directly to 2 of Mottwood's touchdowns. So if the Bobcats just watch the ball and stop doing that, then the score is going to get more and more lopsided as we go. So I'm hoping that we lock that down so we can just get to the point where we can both go home happy. You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
Talking about Mottwood's touchdowns, about what comes after the extra points. Tell me what's going on there, because we've had a couple of big plays on extra points.
Well, it seems to be a problem with the snap and hold. Once it was in the rain, so the holder just dropped the ball. And on the second one, it went right over his head, and the Bobcats almost scooped that one up for an extra 2 points.
All right,
so Chadwick, if you could explain to everyone, we'll show them highlights in a little bit, but where has the Central Bobcats been attacking these Rams at?
Oh, honestly, Matt, it's all over. It's a healthy dose of both run and pass right now. Hill is being incredibly accurate. In fact, he's like 9 for 11 right now in the first half at least. Brawley is pounding the ball on the ground in the run game. There's just really isn't an answer on the Mottwood side for him yet. But with that being said, the Bobcats have converted a 4th down attempt, so it's one of those. If the Bobcats just keep doing what they're doing, I don't see them stop the onslaught of points that they're scoring tonight.
Okay, so how do we in this game, and how do we figure out a way to pull out a little bit?
Well, if the defense keeps jumping off sides, it's going to turn into a track meet, which none of us want to happen. But I need at least 1 or 2 more stops from the defense, and I think the Bobcats put this game away.
All right, Chadwick, I really appreciate every bit of the analysis that you gave me. I want to hear some more about it. So after the game, you haul Bud over here so we can get you in.
Oh, of course, man. I'll be there.
All right, perfect. That is Ryan Chadwick right there. He is the Bobcat connoisseur for us here in San Angelo. Now, we might as well go ahead and get you just some of those highlights. Let's see. Let me pull them up. James, if you want to take them away with these highlights.
All right, this is Central El Paso Mottwood highlights here. This first play we've got. Oh, is it coming up?
Oh, give me a second. Oh, there it is.
Okay, this first play coming up here. El Paso's threatening. You got Isaac Galvan, number 13, throwing the ball. Here's a 4-yard touchdown pass to number 4, Caleb Alvarez. And then here, Tyler Hill runs in the ball from 4 yards out. That makes it 7-6 for Central. On the other side of the ball, a couple Mottwood punts, Central runs. They're pounding on it, getting it down real close.
Yeah, what we're seeing from Central is it's just a rough and tough game where we're just going to pound the rock all over again.
Tyler Hill gets down to the 1 yard line now. Now Tyree Brawley comes in. I didn't fix that one. Tyree Brawley comes in and pounds it in for a 1 yard touchdown run.
There we go. There's a touchdown, the very first Central touchdown of the San Angelo ISD Stadium for the year.
That makes it 21-6.
Oh, the nice grab.
Yep, sneaks it out, snags it about the 25-yard line, and then Tyree Brawley again.
Bangs
dives
it in.
into the touchdown. Now here comes a Mottwood before halftime. Number 22, Isaiah Claudio, runs it in for about a 5-yard score. And on the ensuing extra point, something miraculous happens for the Bobcats.
Here it is. What is it? What we got? What we got?
There's a block kick. They run it down to about the 35 yard right in there. All right, and they went into halftime 28-20 Central.
28-20 Central. The Bobcats are winning, guys. That's all we got to see right here. I mean, come on now. We got to all love a little bit of Bobcat glory right here. I think, I picked him. You picked him, James. Everybody here at San Angelo Live picked him. What has stood out for you? I know we talked to Ryan Chadwick. It's mainly an offensive game, but what to you has stood out, James?
I think that the special teams has really stepped up. They're blocking kicks and everything, and that defense has been able to hold the El Paso receivers. We knew the receivers coming in were going to be dangerous. We had a couple of guys. We had Oaxaca and who's the other guy? Oaxaca and Alvarez.
Yeah.
And there's one more. They had 200-something yards through the air and 3 touchdowns last week, or 4 touchdowns last week. We knew they were going to have to contain them. So far, we haven't seen any big passes given up by Central. Central's really playing well.
What's impressed me, James, is mostly the offensive efficiency that these guys have. I mean, we talked to Chadwick. He said that the punter hasn't seen the field all night. It doesn't look like that's going to change. These guys might be on just a whole nother ball game when it comes to the offensive attacks. Just maybe the defense has some things to work out. But for right now, the Central Bobcat offense looks pretty dangerous.
Yeah, I know, and we talked to Coach Crane before the season started for a live interview, and he said that he had some leaders on the offensive line return. Cummings and Sterling were going to come back and play for him. So having them back and having Tyler Hill comfortable in the pocket, having Tyree Brawley bash the ball away like he has, Jacob English snagging catches, yeah, you've got it pretty good. Keep it up, and good things will happen.
Absolutely. So, James, this is the part of the time where I want to go ahead and say thank you guys to the Autoplex and All American Chevrolet. Remember, you guys, if y'all need to buy a car or buy a truck or buy anything else, just remember the Autoplex has everything you need. Remember, just celebrate this Labor Day weekend even with them. You can go over there. They have plenty of cars and trucks in the lot. No monthly payments for 90 days when financed through Chrysler Capital on 2022 Ram 1500 Lone Star models. You can shop for a new Ram. This excludes the TRX models, but don't worry, there are plenty in stock that are plenty crazy enough for you to see. So go down there to All American Chevrolet or go down to the Autoplex. Either way, these guys right here have the car or truck that you need. James, there's so many games that is going on right now. I think right now, before we need to hit any other games, I think maybe we do a little scores break. How about it?
All right, let's do it.
Let's see what so far has been just something that has stood out for you before we look at these scores that you just want to let them know that, hey, be on the lookout for this score.
Hey, Christophel's beating Grape Creek right now without their starting quarterback, which is a testament to how Christophel rallied around and came out, and they're still playing hard.
All right, perfect. So let's go ahead and go through these scores. Remember, these scores are brought to you by Edward Jones. Man, just go see him over there. He is gonna let everyone there, I guess. David, especially David Woodfin. He's a financial advisor. If you need some money ties going on, you want to make some money. Go down there to see Edward. Oh, what was that, James?
I have money invested with Edward Jones.
Exactly. So
Chad Curry's your man.
Look, we are the ones telling you your high school football picks. Trust me, we know what to do with our money too. Yeah, sure. You can believe us. Either way, go down to Edward Jones. They'll really show you how to do it. Let's go ahead and start. We got Moran and Baird. It's 44-0. Baird is up in that one. Garden City's leading Menard 36-0 at halftime. Monahans and Andrews 44-22. Andrews winning that one. Grape Creek and Christophel. James already talked about this one, but it is 16-3 Christophel. Looks like the Cougars are going to get their first win so far, but do not count out the Grape Creek Eagles in that one. Stay tuned. Robert Lee versus Sands 14-8. Rising Stars in Sydney 22-16. Zephyr, very best, 30-0. Eaton versus Blackwell 48.
You got Wink over Ozona 29-6. You got Lakeview and the kids from the north side and Sweetwater 19-13 Sweetwater. You got Ira Ann over Centerpoint 7-0. You got Wall over Cisco 14-12. You got Cross Plains over De Leon 12-6. And San Angelo Central over El Paso Montwood 28-20. You got Andrews over Monahans 44-22. Forsan over Post 12-7. How do you get 12-7 in a football score?
4 field goals. 2
field goals.
touchdowns,
All right.
no extra points. This
right.
is little man football. I got you.
All right. Kahoma and Sonora all tied up. Lubbock Cooper over Friendship, that's 14-7. Big Spring over Lubbock, it's 20-7. Oh, 0-0 and El Dorado winners.
Yeah, this thing right here, they may be having a little weather problems. We're not sure. We were supposed to have a live stream of this one, but right now things are a little hairy down there in El Dorado. Shout out to the Eagles. We want to make sure that they get that thing going. All right, going on. Rule and Bront. This one's a gunslinger right here, 22-20. Will Rule beat the Longhorns? We'll find out. Junction, San Saba, 12-6, San Saba. McCamey, Reagan County, 18-7, McCamey. Odessa Permian's up against Waco Midway. We'll have some highlights that coming pretty quickly here. It's 13-0, Odessa Permian. Marble Falls versus Brownwood, 24-8. Big Spring, Lubbock High, 20-0. I think we went over that one earlier. Dublin, Albany, 35-14. Amarillo, Tascosa is leading Midland Legacy. I'm sorry. Amarillo, Tascosa is leading Midland Legacy, 21-7. James, what do you think about that one?
Oh, maybe Midland Legacy is not what we thought. But Tascosa's always been a good team. They were a good team last year. All right, Lone and Trent tied up. Sterling City over Miles, 21-6. Monday over Abilene TLCA, 52-2 at the half. Rankin over Buena Vista, 8-0. Coleman over Ballinger, 30-0. Toller over Early, 28-0. And Hamlin over Water Valley, 6-2. Johnson City over Thrall, 7-6. Harper over Sabinal, 7-0.
I'm sorry, I went a little too fast
you're
for
right.
you guys. My bad.
Mason over Brady, 7-0.
That's a little close game right there. That's what we like to see.
That could be a really good game right there.
Yeah, Concho Valley School is going at it. Estacado Dumas, 27-0. Dumas is up in that one. Lorraine against Crowell, 56-8. Lorraine. Paint Rock right now, just getting worked right now against Medina, 54-0. Midland and Lubbock Coronado, they have a weather delay right now. That Permian game did have a weather delay. That's why highlights are coming a little slow, but don't worry, they're already up too. Odessa Broncos, El Paso Americas, 49-27. That one's final. Odessa Compass, Charter Academy, San Angelo TLCA. TLCA is looking for this 2-0 start in forever. I mean, broke a 20-plus game losing streak, and they are losing right now 7-0, but don't worry, there's plenty of time in that one. Rock Springs, Midland TLCA, 0s before the start. We got Spur and Irion County. Irion County, 83 to Spurs, 36. Miles, Midland TLCA, that was last week. But that right there, that was the end of the scores right there. Now, I think it's time to get into some highlights. I hope that got everyone caught up to what their teams are trying to do tonight. I know it got me where I needed to be at. So let's go ahead and move on to the highlights. James, where do you want to start at?
Let's go to Christophel, Grape Creek. I talked to both these coaches earlier in the week. They both have, not necessarily young players, but inexperienced players playing at positions that weren't starters last year. Now they're starting, and we've got a 16-3 ball game as far as we know. And Kyle Lohman, the quarterback for the Cougars, went down early in the first quarter. And number 6, Kyle Abelez, I think I'm saying that correctly, Abelez, took over. All right, let's get to some highlights, Matt.
All right, here we go. The Grape Creek Eagles, they were ready to go. Here's the come out right here by the Eagles. Gotta love it. That's a big run out right there. 4:58 right here. This is just early in the first quarter. Remember Grape Creek versus Christophel. We told you the score earlier. We didn't want to disappoint you with it. Here it is, though. Christophel sending one man out to the right, takes the snap, fakes the handoff, keeps it himself. Look at this big run. This is exactly what Christophel likes to do. They like to use their quarterback and get it down the field. Unfortunately, we didn't touch on it, but Kyle Lohman, yeah, I was making sure Kyle Lohman left the game early due to an injury. That's the starting quarterback for the Christophel Cougars. That's a big piece to this team. Regardless, here's a handoff right here. Barrel his way down and touchdown. That will be the first score for the Cougars. They went up in this one 8-0. Grape Creek goes down the next drive, kicks the field goal, and scores. But here's the next drive by the Cougars. Throwing the ball. Here's the backup quarterback now, and just making one block. That is Kaden Carpenter. He is going to run down the sideline, and touchdown. Going to make it 14-3. And here is the 2-point conversion. Second string quarterback keeper. The linemen are walking in there, James. Looks like it's a little easy for those Cougars. What do you think?
All right, looking good. C-Town's representing.
What do you think about that, James?
I'm happy with it. That wasn't catch a joint. That was 35. That was Manuel Riojas running it in there for that touchdown.
My bad.
It's good the Cougars can rally after their quarterback goes down. I was hoping to see him get a little more comfortable in this game and sling it around a couple more times, but he's out, and Kyle Abelez is in, and he seems to be pretty comfortable running it in off the edge over there for a touchdown or a 2-point conversion. I'm happy with the Cougars so far. The defense seems to be playing well, and that was the big thing, was their defense playing against the Grape Creek offense. They run that weird single T offense, and Coach Oho thought they were going to give them some fits this week, and they're just going to be a tough offense to defend against, but they seem to be doing a pretty good job.
What was one thing that I don't know, maybe surprised you a little bit? Because remember, we didn't see very many scoring opportunities from them last week. But James, what was one thing I guess that just stood out for you? Even, I don't even want to say it, but maybe the quarterback, I don't know, maybe the quarterback went down, and some other low-key guys maybe surprised you. I don't know. What surprised you?
No, I was happy seeing the big play from Kaden Carpenter. He didn't get a lot of opportunities last week, and he's the one senior on the team who I know quite a bit about. I know he's a film junkie. His brother's a film junkie. I know that they're big into football, and I'm happy to see that he got an opportunity to spring one for a touchdown. That was a great thing to see. I know his parents will be happy. So that was good. That was good to see them break one open like that.
You never want to say, okay, wow, a quarterback went down, because that's a big time thing in football.
You don't want to say that.
If your quarterback's done, a lot of times your team's done. But what we just saw was the Christophel Cougars go against a bigger school in Grape Creek, bring in a second string quarterback, and not only go score a touchdown off a throw, but then what do we see him? We
saw them run it in and then run a 2-point conversion.
Yeah, he got the 2-point conversion. That's right. So I think this this Christophel program always has guys ready to step up, and right now they're stepping up against the Eagles. But don't get it twisted. These Grape Creek Eagles can be shiesty. They can come back at any second. So keep your head on a swivel for that score.
Yeah, that's a senior heavy team there, and Coach Thiel was real happy with his returning seniors. He's real happy with their progress, and he's they're not going to give up. They caught fire at the end of last season and made the playoffs for the first time. They won their first gold ball in program history. Went and played a playoff game. They're looking to do that again. But they had to fight out of this hole they dug themselves into.
All right, moving on. Here we go. We got a little Miles in Sterling City action. 6-0 right here. But the Miles Bulldogs was throwing it. But then Sterling City Eagles were bringing the heat. Let's just go ahead and rewatch that one real quick. Look at this, James. Just brings the heat on this one. Bink! He ran into a brick wall.
He bonks him,
what'd you say?
He gets bonked.
He gets bombed, exactly right. All right, here we go. Next play here. The Miles quarterback running out to his left. Chunks it up. Finds his man. No, he was so close, though.
you got to catch that. That hit your hand. That's on you.
Absolutely. Later on, Miles hands the football off, and this is kind of what Miles wants to do, though. They get in the situations where they have to go deep, but they want to just run the ball inside. 7-6 at this point. Another Miles football drive here. Got the screen, spin move, just a tackle. What a play by those Sterling City Eagles.
Six-man mentality right there.
All right, here we go. Roll out to the left. Another throw down the field. This time it's going to be for a catch. Put a spin move on him and out of bounds. These Miles Bulldogs are going off. I tell you what, we're seeing plenty of that Sterling City defense, though. Oh, bring it to him with the reverse, and no way. That's swallowed up in the background.
Why aren't your receivers blocking for you, man?
The trickery just did not work on that one. Here we go. A little Sterling City offense here. Just a little reverse around the side. That's how it's done. Gets it and takes it in for a touchdown. That's going to make it 16. They get the extra point and the 2-point. It's going to make it 16 to 6 there.
I believed in you, Miles.
You believed in them, but I promise you, James, them Eagles are bad mamma jammas. I'll tell you what.
You know, I talked to Trey Cisco earlier in the week, I think on Monday, and he talked about moving from 6-man to 11-man, and he actually said, you know, when you miss a tackle in 6-man, you gave up a touchdown. And that mentality is probably a good thing to have for, you know, even for 11-man ball. It makes you stick your tackles and actually, you know, drive the guy into the ground and end the play. Because that way, even though you have guys behind you, and that's what he was trying to teach to his kids was, hey, man, you have other guys to help you. But if you keep that 6-man mentality of let me make this tackle, that's only going to help you in the game.
Yeah, absolutely, and we've talked about it countless times, and that's why we followed these Sterling City's Water Valley teams, because we're really interested in finding out what happens when you do that little transition from that 6-man game to that 11-man game. And I think what we're seeing is those answers being proven, whether it be Water Valley, whether it be Sterling City. We'll have to check on the Water Valley score, but right now it looks like Sterling City is winning this one at the halfway point.
Another game I was real surprised about was the Odessa Compass TLCA game, San Angelo TLCA game. That was 7-0 Odessa Compass. I talked, you know, and Matt Jones was saying earlier in the week that, you know, they're figuring out their offense there. They're just their football program in Odessa Compass. They haven't had it for a long time, so they're still figuring that out. And TLCA did that when they first started, so he kind of knows what those growing pains were like for them. And for Odessa Compass to be on them 7-0 right now, if that's an accurate score, yeah, that's saying something for the Odessa Compass kids who actually lost to Sterling City last week, and Sterling City put up, I think, 58 points on them. So that's a good thing to see. Our other game is what, the Odessa Lobos and Wall Hawks?
Yeah, but before that, James, I think we have a little bit of breaking news. We have a touchdown for the Central Bobcats. 28-28 right now in the third quarter. 6 minutes left. Let's check it out. Watch this play. I guarantee you ain't going to want to miss it. They have the ball at about the 45-yard line. Tyler Hill takes the snap. Just keeps it. Makes one miss. 2, 3 miss. Keeps on tracking through there. And that's going to be a 45-yard touchdown for the Cats. Going to bring it up to 35-28. James, what do you like about that play right there, brother?
Tyler Hill breaking it out and running, you know, defending the quarterback position. That's, you know, it's not something defense really planned for a lot, but when you have a dual threat quarterback like Tyler Hill who can run and pass, you got a game plan for it.
All right, I have another one right here. We got...
it was 35-28 Central after that score.
I got another one right here for us. This one right here is coming from... Oh, help me out.
That's Christophel.
Yeah, here we go.
Grape
Christophel, Grape Creek right here. A little rollout. This is going to be another touchdown for the Cougars.
Let's see, who is that?
We'll run this back again. There we go. We'll run this back. It is 16-8 right here, or 16-3, I think, is what it is. And it's another touchdown for the Cougars. Makes one miss, bounces it to the right, and basically walks in there as Christophel gets another touchdown.
There you go, Christophel.
James, we're having a lot of live action here.
Yeah, we are.
What are you thinking? Are you ready for this COVER1 move? I mean, this is what it is, baby. Not live, I guess. Pretty much live highlights. I mean, as it's happening, we're getting it in and we're sending it to you guys. So make sure you stay tuned, James. What are you thinking about this thing?
No, I'm happy with it. I'm happy. Christophel seems to be playing a lot better than they did last week. Otho said they're not going to let a loss beat them twice. They lost last week to El Dorado 7-0. This week they seem to be riding the ship, correcting it, and going hard, playing hard. I like that.
All right, here's our last video that we have sent to us right now. This
Wall
is
has it.
the Wall Hawks
Trying
right
to take
now.
the lead if
Ernesto
they can
taking
get
over.
6. Here we go. Quarterback's got it. He's keeping it. He's running this way. Let's see if he can take it inside to the house. That looked to me like a touchdown, but we'll see what they say.
It was a touchdown, and in fact, the Wall Hawks, I think, I'd have to go looking back at our scores page, but I think right now that they're, James, we think they're leading the game?
I believe they would. It's 7-0. You know what? We'll give it to Wall. I'll give it to Wall. Coach Guy always has those guys prepared, and I know I picked Cisco in this game.
Right now, actually, I have a third quarter score of 18-14 Cisco. Just bringing that up there. 18-14 Cisco. That was the second score by Wall right there. That made it 14-7. We're going to keep getting these highlights, so y'all stay tuned on this one.
Coach Guy always has his guys prepared there in Wall, but I knew Cisco. I went to their playoff game against Hawley last year, and Hawley ended up going and representing in state. And they actually lost to Shiner in state, which if you're going to lose to a team, lose to Shiner. But Cisco played them hard, and it actually came down to like a fourth down stop where the guy had to correct and go out and tackle Hunter Long on the outside, and it was real close to a first down. It would have ended the game for Cisco, I believe. And it was, I knew Cisco was a good team. I knew they returned their quarterback. I knew they kept some of their guys, and I knew they were going to play hard. They got Hawley on their. They got Hawley teed up for them. They're excited for that game. I know they are.
All right, well, we will see how that one progresses out throughout the night. But we're about to go into scores. But before that, we want to go ahead and thank another sponsor of ours, is Double Day Pizza. I mean, look at this amount of pizza and wings and, all kinds of desserts. You can go see Double Dave's. Give them a call, doubledaves.com, or, go down there. They're in the little Southwest Plaza over there. Go ahead and check them out. I promise you, you cannot go wrong with Double Dave's. Also, another one you cannot go wrong with is Angelo Bolt. Whether you need some fixings or any kind of fasteners or anything like that, go find. If you need anything, you need any kind of tool or any kind of hardware, go down to Angelo Bolton Industrial Supply. Give them a call. Look them up online. They're everywhere. Also, Edward Jones, we want to thank you for being our score sponsor. If you have any investment needs that you may have, go to Edward Jones. Another investment person that you may want to see is Thiemann Investments. They were a sponsor of our picks in our pregame show. And, of course, we want to thank All American Chevrolet and the Autoplex. If they're having a huge Labor Day sale this weekend, you need to go check it out here. I'll go ahead and put it up here one more time. Remember, we celebrate Labor Day, 0% APR for 72 months, plus no monthly payment for 90 days when you finance through Chrysler Capital on 2022 Ram 1500 Lone Star models. These Lone Star models are sick. I promise you, if you're a football fan, you will love these Lone Star models. So go ahead and check them out today. All these people can be found on SanAngeloLive.com. Don't forget, it's All American Chevrolet, the Autoplex, Double Dave's, Angelo Bolt, Thiemann Investments, Edward Jones. All these people bring all this to you, so we want to go ahead and give them a quick shout out. James, are you ready for some scores?
Absolutely, I'm ready for some scores. Let's get to it.
All right, give me a second. We're loading them up right now.
All right.
Here we go. We're going to start with Water Valley and Hamlin. Get it.
Hamlin's up 6-2 over Water Valley. Johnson City's over Thrall 21-6. Mason over Mason over Brady 14-0 in the third quarter. We got fourth quarter action. Christophel 22-3 over Grape Creek. All right, second quarter Medina's over Paint Rock 54-0. Cross Plains is over De Leon 26 in the third quarter. Central El Paso Mottwood 35-28 in the third quarter.
And remember, we saw this as it was happening, and what a score by Tyler Hill with that big run.
Great, about a 50-yard run, something we'd say
about
that?
45.
Right.
That's what we like to see. Moran and Baird 30-0 at halftime. El Dorado winners, we're still waiting on that one. Monahans Andrews 51-22 Andrews. Center Point and Iran 13-7 Iran. Sweetwater Lakeview, the boys in blue, baby, up by 1 point, 20-19. Wall Cisco 18-14. What a close game there. Broughton Rule has been a battle all night, but now Bronx up 28-22. Sabinal and Harper 14-7. Sabinal. Cahoma Sonora 17-14. Estacado against Dumas is 27-0. Odessa Compass versus TLCA 7-6. James, what do you think? I mean, this is kind of crazy. 7-6 right now in this one.
Matt Jones said it. He feels for Odessa Compass. They're kind of new to their football program, but don't feel from that much. We're going to give them a win.
Charter versus charter, baby.
Charter versus charter. All right. Halftime, Garden City 36-0 over Menard. Halftime, Robert Lee over Sands 14-8. Sydney over Rising Star 22-16 at the half. Zephyr over Very Best 30-0 at the halftime. Blackwell over Eden in the second quarter, 48-0. Wink over Ozona 29-6 in the second quarter. Andrews over Monahans 44-22 at the halftime. Forsan over Post 12-7. Lubbock Cooper over Friendship 14-7 at the half. Big Spring over Lubbock 27 in the second quarter. San Saba over Junction 12-6.
Oh, I'm sorry about that.
No, you're good.
12-6 second quarter. McCamey, Reagan County 18-7. McCamey. Odessa Permian's up 13-0 in the first quarter. Marble Falls against Brownwood 24-8. Big Spring and Lubbock 20-0. Dublin Albany at half 35-14. Tascosa is still up against Legacy. This one's 21-7. Miles Sterling City 21-6. Look like the boys from Sterling City going to make it happen. Abilene TLCA against Mundy. It is 52-2 Mundy. Rankin versus Buena Vista. Rankin 8-0. Coleman Ballinger at halftime 30-0. Coleman's looked like a really good ball club this year. Tuller early 28-0. Midland Bulldogs and Lubbock Coronado had a weather rain delay, and the Odessa Broncos versus the El Paso Americans is 49-27. James, do you have anything else you want to bring out here right before we maybe take a break and get these people going so they can get back to the games before the end of the show?
Yeah, Central keep pounding away, keep that defense playing hard. Christophel keep playing hard. I'd like to see TLC, San Angelo TLC, pull it out there at the end. Wall Cisco, let's see a great game. It seems to be a great game right now.
All right, so remember, guys, we'll be back at about 10 o'clock, maybe 10:15-ish, just about the end of the games, and you can catch up on all the highlights, all the scores, all the analysis, everything you need to know. We'll have coaches' interviews, possibly player interviews, just whatever we can get a hold of, and you'll be able to get this. Also, shout out to the Autoplex, All-American, Angelo Bolt, Edward Jones, Thielen Investments, and Double Dave's Pizza for everything they do for us, for bringing this to y'all, guys. I'm Matt Trammell, that's been James Bellini, and this has been Cover One's Halftime